The Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2, Snapdragon 660, a 5000 mAh battery and improved cameras, all at just 13,000 rupees. Unboxed it, traveled with it, and I guess it's now time for me to review it. If this is your first time here, or in case you've forgotten, my name's Ash, you're watching C4E Tech, and welcome to my full review of the Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2. Let's get started. If you do end up liking this video, don't forget to turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon. And as always, here's a card to our latest giveaway. Check it out if you haven't yet. The Max Pro M2 deviates quite a bit from the design language of its predecessor. It replaces metal with plastic. It's plastic that looks a whole lot better thanks to that classy finish, and we've seen so many brands do this recently. So what do you think about this trend, metal or glossy plastic? What's your preference? Please do leave a comment down below. Now this plastic means that the Max Pro M2 is quite light and slim, lighter and slimmer than the lower capacity battery toting Redmi Note 6 Pro despite having the same size display. Asus have done a good job here. The phone looks great, for a while of course, since the back picks up a bucket load of fingerprints easily. I mean, we just had to constantly keep wiping it between shots. Anyway, for what it's worth, Asus does include a case in the box. It's transparent so the looks still shine through while the grip and fingerprint issues are taken care of. The fingerprint scanner to the back, it is much faster than the one on the Max Pro M1 and it's quite accurate too. Now this was a much needed change. What didn't need change was the tri-slot from the M1, so that's just been carried over. 2 SIMs and a microSD can be used at once, you don't have to choose. If you want to get the base variant and shoot a lot of 4K video, yay, get a microSD card. And how would you watch these videos? On that 6.26-inch display, of course. Now this is an IPS LCD panel, the resolution is a very respectable Full HD+, and the aspect ratio is 19.5 by 9. The notch is present, yes. Given most brands have moved to the water drop notch, it does stick out, but it is what it is, right? The display itself is of good quality, sharp, detailed, and with natural looking colors. The viewing angles are impressive and the brightness levels are adequate. One thing unique about this panel is that it is covered by Corning's latest Gorilla Glass 6. A couple of points worth noting here. This makes the Max Pro M2 the cheapest phone with Gorilla Glass 6. Nice to see Asus including it here. Talking about unique selling points of the Max Pro M2, let's talk internals. Now the 13 to 15,000 budget is one where we usually find Snapdragon 636. It is considered acceptable. I mean, there are some brands that use Snapdragon 450 at 16K, but that's not what we are talking about here today. By offering the Snapdragon 660 here, Asus becomes only the second brand to do this. Yes, just like the Realme 2 Pro, this is an underclocked 660, but it's still a 660. It's a better performer than the 636 and it shows. Especially with intense use like with gaming, the Max Pro M2 performed really well. Stable frame rates and smooth performance without any heating issues. Given it did this well with gaming, it was no surprise that with regular day-to-day use, the Max Pro M2 was very fluid. The fact that it comes with stock Android also helps a lot. No ads, no bloat, nothing. Just regular old plain vanilla Android. It is Android 8.1 Oreo and I wish Asus had come out with Pie out of the box. But I guess we gotta wait for it. But as of now, even with Oreo, the experience is fantastic. The speaker output is loud. The audio via the headphone jack that I tested out with this pair of Zenova headphones was quite clear. Cellular reception, call quality, it's all good. So do this powerful chip and large display combine to make for sucky battery life? Not at all. Asus have kitted the Max Pro M2 out with a mammoth 5000 mAh battery, and the battery life was excellent. Well, the charging isn't super fast, it's still 10 watts, but the phone managed to get me through almost 2 days of moderate use on a single charge. I had it with me when I was in UK for the McLaren OnePlus 6T launch, and I remember I took the phone with me at about 50% juice since I forgot to charge it, and it managed to last me till the end of the day despite me shooting so many pictures. And oh yeah, since I'm already showing you the images, I might as well talk about the cameras. The images you're seeing were shot using the primary 12 megapixel sensor, which is combined with the f1.8 lens. Now this is the Sony IMX486 sensor, the same one found on the Mi A2. Yet another phone that's priced a little higher but with a 660. And as you can see, the results here are impressive. The 5 megapixel depth sensor helps with portrait shots, it's quite good. Under low light, the performance dips, which given the price is something we did expect. But with the night mode on, the Max Pro M2 managed to exceed expectations. Frankly, I was surprised to see the Pro M2 go toe-to-toe with the Redmi Note 6 Pro, especially given how Xiaomi destroyed Asus last gen with respect to cameras. This has been a great turnaround. With video again, the Pro M2 continues to impress. 4K 30 is available and it is well detailed. 1080 gets you EIS. The quality is excellent. No focus hunting or any quirks. For selfies, no portrait mode yet. That and EIS should be coming out soon, but for now, the 13 megapixel f2 was quite competent. Lots of detail with good dynamic range. So with all that, we get to the pricing. The Zenfone Max Pro M2 starts at 13,000 rupees. That's for the 332 variant, with the 464 and 664 being priced at 15 and 17,000 rupees respectively. Now the storage here doesn't really matter since we get support for a dedicated microSD card slot. So it's just a question of how much RAM you need really. The 3GB RAM version at 13K is the best value for money. The 4GB RAM version is the one that I did end up testing, and the RAM management here was good. So the 6 I feel is overkill. That's just my humble opinion. So do I recommend the Max Pro M2? Well, of course I do. It gets a hell yes from me. The Max Pro M1, the Zenfone 5Z, the ROG phone, and now the Max Pro M2, Asus seems to be on a roll. They seem to be delivering a series of solid devices spread across price segments. So this is coming from the same brand that launched the Zenfone 4 Selfie just a while back. Now, this is a great turnaround and it leaves me excited to see what else Asus is going to come out with next. Overall, a brilliant offering here. Solid all around with very few caveats. So there you go, my 2 cents on the Max Pro M2. What do you think? Is this the phone to beat in this segment? Is Asus close to unseating Xiaomi as the best value for money brand, at least for this very budget sensitive segment? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And with that, it is time for me to bid you adieu. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on what you felt about the video. Subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon. Share this video with friends and family if you can. And I guess that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.